Well, the first thing that comes to mind, as you mentioned earlier, the Rev. You know, I'm a born-again Christian. I've been saved for 30+ years, and you know, that's my main identity. You know, I mean, I have a strong relationship with God, and you know, I try to live the right life out there and portray that, and try to instill values in the young men and women I deal with, and you know, and do God's work on the world. Basketball has been my ministry. I've been, you know, using basketball and you know, community and so forth to help kids, you know, see the light, see the path, and get opportunities, and be productive student athletes and leaders in the community. So that's the first thing comes to mind. You know, the second thing would be I'm a super passionate guy when it comes to basketball. Basketball has been my life. I started out being a hockey guy. You know, I used to play hockey. I used to live downtown near Oakwood and St. Clair, and I was the only black kid in the whole entire area. So all my friends, Italians, Greeks, Portuguese, they all played hockey. So I started out playing hockey, and I was pretty good at it. I was playing MTHL, and you know, one day I you know, scored 3 goals in a game, in a playoff game, and I got no love for it, you know what I mean? And you know, I decided, you know what, this is not my sport right now. And this is back in the 70s, so things have changed a lot in hockey, but at the time I said, you know, I'm gonna try something else. And I was walking home one day, and I saw these kids playing basketball on the outdoor court. And I said, hey, that looks pretty cool, because I wasn't really connected to basketball at that time. It was straight hockey. And I went on in the court, and I said, let me try. And the first shot I took, swish. And after that, I said, you know what, I could be good at this sport. And things went from there. You know, so I've been super passionate since then. And, you know, I still have a lot of life left in this whole deal. And, you know, I thank God for, you know, giving me you know, the energy and the passion and the opportunities to impact the world, impact youth, and do good things in the community.
Guys coming back.
Oh, I hate coming up here.
It's always a workout coming up the stairs. So who uses up here now? ET? High schools are, as we know it, is diminishing in the background, and prep schools are coming to the forefront. And in '03, I actually started the first ever Canadian prep school program called TAPS, right? And Toronto Academy Prep School. And a lot of kids had issues with the transfer rules. Kids weren't getting the training, the exposure, the competition they needed, so they're gonna look for options. So a lot of kids were, over the years, since like back in the 90s, I was sending kids to US prep schools. You know, I thought eventually, you know, Canada was gonna start to have prep schools from all over the country. And now we're seeing that. Me being over at Crestwood Prep, we're doing the same thing. We're a traditional private school league team that's in the private school league, but now we're in the MPA league. We're playing in different showcase events. We're going to travel to the U.S. and playing different tournaments and prep leagues down there. So it's something that's needed to raise the level of basketball here, because there's just too much rules. You know, if a kid transfers and, you know, it's not good for where he's at, you know, he should have an opportunity. In America, they're allowed to play. So it's kind of, you know, it's hurt OFSA and traditional high school scene, but, you know, that's what it is, you know what I mean, and it's going to continue.
A bunch of our guys over here that we bring in every day to work with them on their weak hand. Not a lot of people work on their weak hand. You work on your ball handling, but you got to work on your right hand and work on your left hand. If you're left hand, work on your right hand so you can get more proficient in terms of going up the court with pressure, with quickness, with elite moves, and be able to still use your offhand effectively. And so now we get 2 balls to work on continuous ball movement and coordination and skill, and you will keep your head up while you're doing elite moves. And you know, we got to keep them going to where they can play at the elite level and do the things that, you know, Kyrie and Steph and all those kind of guys do. So, you know, I like to do pro drills, you know what I mean? Because my goal is to get these guys to be pros. We make pros here, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I've always been a person that wants to give back and try to teach and educate people, because if you have that knowledge, why hold it back? Why not help people out? It just helps everyone, you know, because that's the kind of person I am. That's the kind of person my mom grew me up to be, and that's the person I've seen, you know, and been taught to be like, you know, based on my faith in God and believing in the Bible and those kind of things like that. Loyalty is number one for me. Loyalty is number one. If you got my back, I got your back for life. And you know, kids nowadays, they're not as loyal as kids before. Kids before, no matter what, they're staying with you because this is family. And no matter what other people tell them and offer them and persuade them with, they know that I like this person I'm with, I love this person I'm with, they've been good to me, they've worked with me, and I know they're gonna help me to do what I gotta do. You know, over the years, guys like Tristan Thompson and Corey Joseph and Mike Kabongo and Brady Heslop and Nick Staskis and you know, Denham Brown and Junior Cadogan, all types of players we've had. A lot of programs wanted them to go play with them in Canada and the U.S. You know, Shaquan Barrett and all a host of kids. But a lot of them, they just kept with it and said, even though the opportunities are there, I'm going to stay with Coach Rowe. He got my back. Not in basketball, in life, in everything. You know what I mean? And that's so important because, you know what I mean, those are kids that go far. They're going to be loyal to their college coaches. They're going to stay true and not want to transfer when things are not working out. They're going to stick it out, you know, and that shows good character when you're loyal. To me, loyalty is everything. And when kids are loyal, I go the extra mile for them. You know what I mean? And that's something that I feel needs to get better because there's so much options now that kids don't have to be loyal. Parents don't have to be loyal because if they don't like something or they see something on the other side, they go. And I kind of have an unwritten rule that if you leave my program, it's going to be a lot tougher to get back in. Because if you didn't see it the first time, I'm not going to be second choice to another program. And then when it doesn't work out, you want to come back. You know what I mean? So I want to work with the guys that are loyal to me because I've proven it. You know, I mean, no program out there in Canada and most in North America has been able to have the kind of success overall that I've been able to do in terms of wins over 1,000, almost 400 D1 guys, over 100 girls, the championships we've won, the rankings we've had, the guys we've had go to NBA. So I think that my body of work speaks for itself, and you know, I can help any kid, even if we're not in the EYBL circuit. The EYBL circuit is great. But not every kid in the EYBL circuit goes Division I and gets where they want to get to. Some of them even call me, you know what I mean, and ask me to help them because, you know, that's what they thought. It didn't work out, and now I'm, you know, helping these kids that were in the circuit, you know what I mean, trying to get places. So, you know, loyalty is the key. I like to do pro drills, you know what I mean, because my goal is to get these guys to be pros. We make pros here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?